Oh man, I gotta do something about the amount of why are all the games I'm playing right now so huge? I even cleared out a lot of space on the hard drive and everything too. I feel like it should be a little bit more forgiving here, right? But it is not. Anyway, now whatever. Great thing about doing a stream means that I can just go download the VOD and have it at 780p or whatever. But it doesn't matter because it'll still be good enough, right? All right. I'm just gonna set this up here instead, right? Seems like an easy way to get this working for me. Oh. Gotta remember to reload stuff, eh? Alright. There we go. What do you mean more spaghetti factories? These are like beautiful, fantastic, good factories that are like actually pretty well made, I think. How many enemies are in here? There weren't this many when I was setting up the stupid radio tower. Anyway. Really? Alright, just real quick. Because this one I don't have to really worry too much about vis-a-vis having to have a whole bunch of junk right now. Spaghetti Factory is a terrible clipping. Oh, whatever. Clipping is part of the game. Clipping is intended as part of the experience. I mean, you're still going to get the occasional Spaghetti Factory like this thing here, though. Unquestionably, because come on. I'm not going to care too much about really making this one super well done or anything, right? Still looks fugly. Oh, what? It's not supposed to look good. It's supposed to be functional. How many times, like, I swear. Literally talk about this every time with just like, hey, it's not supposed to, like, the fact that aesthetics are not an important part of this game. Oh, there's limestone here. The fact that aesthetics are not an important part of this game is what makes me like it. If this was not a functional factor, I wouldn't even be playing this game. That's the point. You understand? Get this out of here. Now then. Clipping is an important part of this game, and you cannot deny. All right then. Should watch a few satisfactory building videos on YouTube? No, why would I need to? I feel like I have more than enough experience on what to do with the satisfactory-ing. Like people over here talking about like, to make a good fact. That's not the point. The point is not to make a. I mean, it's like, you know, I have also like really gone out of my way not to really like look up much of anything. Make crazy houses looks like could be seen in real life. Yeah, who cares though? How's the factory game going? Probably pretty good, but still. The point is that it's just like, you know, functional factory over form factory, which is what makes it good and good. Yeah, like what else do I need to say here? Ah, yes. Like, who really needs anything more? What did I hook this up to again? Because I've entirely forgotten. Oh, the entire thing. Yeah, no, I meant to hook it up to this. How goes the job hunting? Got one. That's it. Got a job. I did it, everybody. And we're starting it very soon. So, yeah. This is the third job that I've had now, doing this while doing this channel. Funny when you think about it. Maybe not that funny. But like a little funny, right? At least I'd like to think so. All right. What did I just hook this up to again? This. Okay. There we go. Social interactions one or the over the phone one? I think it's the over the phone one. I'm not quite sure how to respond to that. You just start this up already. There we are. There we go. Now I actually have like one of these things active at the very least. Okay, let's take a look. Anything much of interest? Actually, probably the thing I want to look at most is, do we have any more hard drives? There is one hard drive in here. That's interesting. That isn't a block of cheese? No. Only a block of cheese. Normal, impure. Oh yeah, that's that one. Right. You have a job, old or new? New. Impure uranium. No, that's one of them at least. Okay. Yeah, there's pure coal. This is just regular coal, which I should probably go do something with, but like, it's probably fine also too. Anyway, what else we got going on here? I mean, I guess I got more things to set up though, right? This should be perfectly functional as far as being able to be a self-sufficient factory, I'd like to say. Still, though, one hard drive left, eh? Kind of would like to go see that, I think. But then again, it's probably up on the ridge here. Probably? I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Anything? No? I do kind of vaguely remember with the first factory that there was one kind of over here. Like, sort of way back, and I would like to go and get the rest of the hard drives if I possibly can. There's not too many at this point in time. I've kind of covered most everything possible. Now I'm just kind of like starting to do the major, how do you even call it? Like, I'm starting to do a bunch of, cats. Starting to do a whole bunch of the preparation for getting every resource in the game entirely in its entirety, which I don't think should be too much of a problem. Feel like I can make that happen pretty well. Gonna take some time though. That's why we're doing a stream. Also because I haven't streamed in a while because I've just been playing this game nonstop. You know, like you do. Literally was just ordering a block of Swiss cheese. Why just a block of Swiss cheese? By the way, I'm bringing second guy in on the Satisfactory series. Asked him about that yesterday, so he's going to be also experiencing this firsthand. And by firsthand, I mean a very truncated version of it. Like an extraordinarily truncated version of Satisfactory. Will not even be recognizable as the same game. Well, I was ordering other things. What other things could you be? What sort of things does a block of Swiss cheese fit into as far as other things? I know a little of this and that. Block Swiss cheese, spark plug, tube socks. You know, the usual. Bread to go with the cheese. Ah, yes, bread and cheese. What a good combination. Are you making fondue or just like putting it on bread? Come on, can I do it? Yeah, I did it. I'm surprised. I invented that combo. Yeah, I bet you did. Anything? I swear there was like a thing around here somewhere. I don't know, right on. This is where I ran the monorail through in the first season, but I don't know. Crackers is better. That's usually what I like to go with. More often than not, I feel like that is a good combination indeed. No, I'm just like way far off here at this point in time. Stop that. Also, I don't know if there's anything else over here. I think I found... don't really have too much left to do, really. But that's why, you know, one part of the... I mean, there's the nitrogen gas, which is cool, and I do like the fact that I found that. But, how good is this nitrogen gas anyway? Let me just, you know, the easiest way to do this is probably just like this, right? Or it is actually mostly pure. Which, I mean, I do need a lot of nitrogen gas for various other random things, and it's actually pretty easy to port around because you actually can package up way more of it than you can with most other liquids, which is what I'm going to be doing anyway, especially given that I'm in all likelihood going to end up using the drones for most anything past this point. And they don't even have any ability to do. What's the other one here? I don't know. I actually have absolutely no idea. Oh, it's way down here. Oh, yeah, that one. I do remember that one. Man, you really get like a good, Do you mind? I'm busy looking at stuff, prepping up the next bit of what I'm about to do here. Stupid cats, I tell you. Always all over the place, ruining my basic exploration stuff. Now. Okay. Should probably just go set up everywhere else. I'm going to be doing a, I think that's good then. Yeah? I don't see any of the cat JPEGs moving around anymore. Okay. I do remember that there's strange alien metal in here. Aside from that, I don't know. Probably not much I'm going to end up doing anything with due to the difficulty of actually getting in here in the first place, but I'll just take a look. Because I don't really remember. There's also quartz, right? And it immediately goes over to that one place with the... I mean, this is actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about this, is actually kind of a decent place to go and set up like a monorail system to go get things near that. If I'm already doing electricity generation over by the other stuff. Also remember that like some of like piles of stuff in here you can pick up and they aren't actually listed as any sort of object, which is pretty fun. But whatever, that doesn't even matter right now. Because I have to fight cats if I want to even like stay in here for any amount of time. There we go. Very many cats in this place, let me tell you. Too many, I would actually say. Still, though, it's just like it did make for a very annoying sort of setup of the original Bone Machine back during the immediate first run that I did of the game. Anyway, I do have other things that I was doing. Specifically. Okay, let me just take a look here. I think, like, what? Who's the real monster here? It's me. How do I do this here then? Yes. So this is going to be... Let me get out my calculator real quick. So roughly about here. If I say negative instead, which is actually where I'm trying to go right now. Oh, it's actually like right here. Oh, I called that one almost exactly. Good. All right. Oh, it's literally just right here. Okay, well, that makes this nice and convenient. Now, let me make sure that I didn't screw up the math. Hey, kids! Here's Dr. Inferno Firebird, here to remind you, if you haven't done trigonometry in a very long time, that degrees start from the rightmost point of a circle, not the topmost point like I initially thought, because I was thinking of like a clock, I guess. Yeah, I should be about right. Now, do I have any sort of easy electrical generation around here? I don't think so. So this is going to have to be some sort of different type of thing from this point. But anyway, then from here, where am I going? Man, it really has been a while since I've done trigonometry, let me tell you, though. It's something that I never really thought was going to come up too much, but I mean, here we are, right? All right, what is the next place that I want to go from here? If I remember correctly, well, yeah, no, this should just be, if I'm... Once again, if I'm remembering correctly, this should just be, negative 32, 0. Yeah, there you go. Right here. All right. And this is where the next radio tower goes. That's pretty much what I'm going to end up doing for right now, and then eventually I'm going to get like actual electricity out here, and then probably, I don't know, nuclear power or something. Start setting up like a bunch of monorails and drone systems is currently what I'm looking at, I think. I don't know how many monorails, because it's just like these are like 4 pure iron ore nodes, which do result in many resources, which is good and also bad, because I don't know how I'm going to end up using many resources or whatever. And yeah, for any mathematicians here, yes, I am aware that the most efficient way to do this is in a pentagram-sized coverage, but I haven't done trigonometry in a really long time, so I need easy math, okay? Ugh. Like, once again, with the degree thing, you understand. Look, I just need a minimal amount of radio towers, not the most optimized amount of radio towers to cover the entire map, you understand? Ugh. Because I feel like this is the sort of place where somebody would call me out on that normally. In the first-person shooter / factory building game, which seems about right, yeah. But still,
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
Anything else I'm grabbing around here? I don't think so. I can take a look around for like more hard drives. Anything? Anything? Nope. I didn't really expect much because, honestly, I have gotten most of the hard drives in the game at this point in time, I think. There's not... I don't even think there's really too much more left to get, just period. Aside from ones that require stuff from the next tier of upgrades, which, of course, are not actually available just yet. And I don't even know when they're going to be available. If ever. No, probably at some point in time. I mean, they're talking about, like, you know, update 8 and whatever, but I think they're just changing up, like, one of the biomes or something. Which, I mean, who cares about the biomes? I only care about the factory stuff. When's Phase 5? Presumably the final phase coming out. I will, by the end of this, have a complete and total coverage of every one of the, like, strange alien metal and everything around here. I probably also will need the cool S and whatnot to unlock stuff. Usually, probably how that sort of thing is going to go. But still, it's just like a... Quantum computers and superposition oscillators. Gave them out during the Christmas event, but this save file's not from that point in time, is what I'm trying to say. Hey, Yulia, I'm still playing a lot of Satisfactory. It's me. I'm doing it. I'm the Satisfactory channel now. I did it. I know, we're all very proud of me. I'm almost done with the game, to be fair. I mean, it's still like dozens of hours away from being done with the game, but that's almost. You understand? Like, I'm already currently on phase 4, and I have like half of it done, for God's sake. Did I already do this one? Probably, but check anyway. Whatever. Be just fine with this. Yes, of course it did. Okay, well, back to it then. This is where I ran a train up to the top of these mountains to get bauxite. It was very inefficient, but functional. And I mean, really, inefficient but functional is fine as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna die. No, I'm fine. But still, that entire thing. Alright. This is pretty cool, this little setup. I guess I'm just gonna take this, hope nobody minds.
Hello, this is Paternal Figure. I have taken ill and need your help to
Neat.
find a cure.
Anyway,
Doctors say that the only remedy is alien
I'm
artifacts.
still here to set up radio towers more than anything else. In extremely specific spots. Anything? Nope. Alright. And there we are. And there we go. Only speaking of clipping, it's like clipping actually exists in the world of Satisfactory. It's canonical. You understand? I feel like it's only like fitting that I end up I am super close, but not quite to actually getting the full coverage of these areas. I guess that's fine. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, even though I would like it to be. You know how that is. Right, next up then is negative positive. So negative 866 1500. Or I mean, no, that's the one I already have. Right, it's negative because monitor screens are inverted. It's just like a thing. Also, I keep forgetting that I'm not on the correct map for that. Anyway, monitor screens are inverted. Okay, 866 negative 866 positive 1500 there, and I should also get rid of that one there too. But that should be the next place to go. Highlight it up. This one is also going to actually like give me some information on this entire area, which I kind of haven't really done too well up until this point, to be honest. Okay. Wait, did I highlight it? Yeah, I did. Get rid of... Do I have anything aside from uranium around here? Oh, that's quartz. No, just the one impure uranium on top of that one cliff, which is not very useful to me, to be honest. It's like I kind of need a little bit more than that when it comes to... I mean, I guess I'll still get it. Move it, please. I guess I'll still get it just because, you know, I'm kind of trying to get everything. As it is, I currently have like 12 nuclear power plants kind of up and ready to go, as it were. So how much more uranium do I actually need? Maybe a lot more. I don't know. Maybe all the alien technology is going to be powered by uranium. That is like a possibility. It's not an impossibility. I gotta waste a bomb here. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna make me. Oh well. There we go. Not that it really matters. I have so many slugs at this point in time. I literally have an entire stack of the overclocking thing. I don't really need too much more. Kind of pointless, but I did it anyway. Now I only have 8 of these left, which is only good for me, I assume. Anything? No. All right. Well, I mean, there is, of course, going to be just an entire... I'm trying to figure out how I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to probably want to do a full base sort of thing around each... Like, all right, so... this is pretty much 1,000 units, meters, I guess, around each one of these radio towers. And I guess that's going to be like the central hub for each one of these pickup areas. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to end up trucking stuff in via monorail and then sending it back to the main base via drone. At least that's the current plan right now, because what I want to do is, of course, try and get everything fully and completely exploited across the entire map so that I can go and, you know, create like 1,000 nuclear pasta per minute. Is that going to be possible? Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of resources across the map, you know. And that's why I think that it's possible. Possible, even. Just gotta wait until... Because the thing is, it's just like, you can really... Nuclear pasta, yes, it is pure neutrons compressed into a hyper-technologically advanced cube. It is it's actually in the upper right corner, the fourth thing on the phase 4. That's what that is. Why is it called nuclear pasta? I don't know. Wait, that's not a slug. Like a... Yeah, right there. Dense degenerate matter, like me, form extreme pressure, protons and neutrons theorized to exist within and across the neutron stars. There it is. Requires a lot of copper powder. Requires a particle accelerator, like 2,000 Morrowinds per minute to create those things. It's a very resource intensive sort of. It's a very resource intensive sort of piece of technology. Not the most not the most resource intensive. There are some stuff that are kind of ridiculous when it comes to... All right, I should take care of that. There are some stuff that are absolutely ridiculous inside of... Seems like a safe object to have in your pockets. Oh, yeah, it's totally fine. Literally, space warps around it if you have it on a conveyor belt. I saw that in the last playthrough that I did. Now, my pocket is more like a bag of holding. It's fine. It's like in a different dimension or something. Now, I am still going to be directly next to it, but, you know, when like, picking it up and everything, but still. There we are. Let me make sure that this is... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I believe I did the math correctly this time. Jesus Christ. Have you seen the D&D movie? No, I'm not going to watch the D&D movie. Yeah, this is the D&D movie. I don't know. I'm not particularly interested about, like, yeah, not the one with who was that? Jeremy Irons or whatever, phoning in a performance as like the bad guy or whatever. I don't even know who it was. Let's see what we got in here. Right. Do I have? I mean, at least for the brief amount of time that I was able to see there, do I have 3 hard drives and 65 slugs. Good stuff. Not high cinema. I would think so. Okay, yeah. All right. There wasn't like any like really nearby coal, so I can kind of maybe set that up like I did with the... Actually, there super is like really nearby coal. It's right there. Just go set up the same sort of thing that I did before then. Coal generators might as well work just fine here, right? Get out of the way. Anyway. All right. Well, let's take a look. Actually, give me a Power Pole Mark II. I mean, the thing is, it's just like, what is Dungeons and Dragons as like a you know, plot is kind of what I've been thinking. Hey, been a while since I caught your stream. I've just been playing Satisfactory. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just been Satisfactory. I got super lost in the factory again. I've been playing this game for 143 hours since last week. Last week I had like 20 hours on that. So yeah. This game speaks to me on a personal level. What can I say? Also got a new job. I'm gonna be starting on, well, I was supposed to be starting on Monday, but as it turns out, that was a very, very short notice, so didn't quite work out. What, Tuesday? We'll see. As always, it's so stressful starting a new job and everything. But hey, at least I got one. Doing what? I am going to be doing like project coordination, being the guy that like sets up everything on the phone for I think specifically it's like general technology for like big box store stuff. You know, like pin pads, you know, like the CCTV sort of stuff. And it's like I'm going to be the guy that like is on the phone making sure that everything is getting ordered, like fielding any questions, stuff like that. Not, you know, like the most incredible sort of stuff, but hey, technology, that's at least something I got on like strong suit. Comparatively. Oof, this is much longer than I thought it was going to be. It's fine. Satisfaction of Satisfactory, indeed. It applies basically D&D campaign in a D&D setting. Yeah, but it's just like this isn't even like. I feel like I'm getting branded here, right? Like you're just using the D&D branding because you know people know what D&D is. It sounds like it's just a movie that could have easily not been D&D. You know me and branding. I don't fall for it. Yeah. Getting addicted to the satisfaction of Satisfactory. It has been fairly satisfactory so far, I want to say. Getting pretty close to just like completely and totally obliterating this game, and that probably will include like any sort of future updates and everything too. Given that I've really set up everything pretty comprehensively. I'm not going to say like really well, but very comprehensively. Feel like I might want to do this like a little bit differently just because, oh my god, please. Might want to end up setting up this one a little bit differently just because it's like, kind of all over the place here right now. Oh man, I need more iron plates, really? You really doing that to me? You're really making me do that? I can probably find like iron somewhere. Still though, this is not ideal. Because I can't like force. Okay, any place I can get like iron plates easy. Hey, iron ore. Anything? Yeah, there's one like right up there. Okay, good enough. Just like need five pieces of iron ore. That's all. And then I'll be able to just build a single biomass generator and get like permanent electricity going on here. Not that it really matters. It's just like I already have a good system put in place for how I'm going to get electricity to places. Basically, it's going to be a drone and a fuel generator. And then like whatever else I need to do to make that work. Or just or if there's like water near it, I could just do nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. We got plenty of that. All right. Hey, what's in here? Just real quick. Considering this little hidey hole. All right. Bunch of friends went to grill some meat. The classic sort of summertime barbecue. BBQ is what they call it. I mean, it is.
Why?
Drinking some chamomile tea. It sounds nice. I just love watching games like this, even though I'm shit at playing them. It's a lot of. You know, it's funny because like the same sort of thing that I complain about with like Hitman and like what I don't like in Hitman, it's like it is absolutely true here too. Where it's just like it's a lot of like little tiny finicky things to do, you know? But at the same time, I don't know. I find doing math to be really compelling as opposed to just like defining speedrun routes, like I was talking about previously. It's sort of it's one of my many bits of hypocrisy. What do you want me to say here? I like some things, but then I don't like other things. You know how that is. I tell you. But yeah, I do feel like, I don't know. D&D, and like any sort of movie like that. Same thing with like the Mario movie recently, where people are saying like, it's good, but I'm just like, is it though? Or do you just like the actors in it? It's just like, I like Mario. I like the actors in it. I feel like I'm getting gotten when I watch that sort of thing, where it relies so much on the nostalgia factor or whatever that it's just like, do I really care all that much about seeing it? You know. Just trying to get up this cliff here. Why are you making this so hard for me? I mean, technically, this is supposed to be like an exploration game or whatever, but also, whatever. I don't play like that. These tiny rocks. I guess they're supposed to actually help you get up here, but also not really. Love doing math and construction, but this game of Victoria has a lot to learn into it. You know, that is true. It does have... it's like one of the things that, you know, I have noticed even as I'm doing the second playthrough is that there's still way more stuff. Just a lot of stuff you gotta do at any point in time. That it's never... Okay, this will work. That it's never really the sort of thing where... the fact that it's all unknown to you, what you may or may not actually be creating by the end of it, and how you might end up creating it, does mean that it is that much more difficult to actually try to like plan out stuff, right? Impure. Man, get one each from that. Surely there's one that isn't just impure over here, right? No, they're all impure. That's fine, whatever. I got what I needed. Literally just need to do this once. In fact, here's some pure iron ore. I like Satisfactory for like the whole 3D element. It does make you kind of think about how you're going to set up stuff like that when you are, you know, when you're like doing a factory. You do actually have to consider stuff like Z-axis and, you know, how you're going to kind of get everything around in there, because it does make a big difference in that way. Basic stuff and mid-game things are okay, but then when it gets to automation, it's so much more difficult to me. Though it is fun to figure it out, even though I fail at it. It took me so long the first time that I was playing, because I'm not an engineer. I don't know about stuff like manifold systems or fluid dynamics. I just had to like figure it out over time, or like literally try to grasp some sort of understanding, some kind of understanding from like, you know, the Wikipedia pages on math and engineering, which are just the most, they're written by professionals for professionals. They are not written for the layman to try and understand basic math concepts. I don't know if there's any sort of specific website to go to for that. Probably not, because how many people aside from me are going to be going there? It's like, I need somebody to explain to me very specific math concepts, but I'm not a mathematician. I just need to use it for a practical purpose in a video game. Nobody plays games like that. I mean, there's maybe like 10 people that play games like that, and I'm one of them. Nobody else thinks about that sort of thing as they're playing Satisfactory. I just look, I mean, it's like if it's available, they'll look it up. That entire thing. Plan to do anything? Nope, I'm just planning to play Satisfactory all day today. Not a joke. I'm very close to being done, to be fair. So, you know. Not too much longer, really. All right. I mean, what I should do is I should go get like a bunch of other stuff done here, because I do have, of course, a bunch of ongoing series that are currently not ongoing because I got stuck playing Satisfactory. At least Satisfactory should be over fairly soon. All right. There's not that much more to go, and especially if I'm spending literally 10 to 12 hours a day playing this, I should be finished pretty quick. Maybe we could do like a short Hitman thing or something. You have quite a bit of the Hitman left to go. About half of it. Specifically, there's about half of Hitman left to go. Now, did you get enough water in there? Did not get enough water in there. Whatever, shove these things All right. These games are amazing when you think about it. So much information to put into practice. At the same time, it's funny because, oh, that's not considered biofuel. Okay. At the same time, it's also like, I do play a lot of games like that. I play a lot of games like that, not even just like factory automation games, but, you know, puzzle games. But, I mean, like, look at something like NetHack, for example. People have called them something. They're like wiki games, that sort of thing. Your like Minecrafts and your Terrarias and everything like that. I mean, I hope that it's just like one of the appeals that might come from this sort of series is the fact that it's like I'm actually putting in the time, putting the work, putting the hours. We stay hungry, we devour. That sort of thing. To learn all this garbage, even though it's like, you know. Okay, I think this should be good. So then work on those. I'm going to hook this one up here, and that should have full automation going. All right, there we go. What's your least favorite games that you were forced to play and wouldn't have played without it? Your most and least favorite games? I don't know, like favorite... Like, honestly, something like Tunic would not have played myself. Because I looked at that and I'm just like, oh, it's so derivative of Zelda that I don't even know if I'm all that interested in actually playing it. But then I ended up enjoying it a lot. That was a lot of fun. Of course, there was Tower Climb. Tower Climb, I just absolutely despised at first. But then after I got more into it, I was enjoying it more. And then I got into Chapter 2, and then I hated it more than ever. And then after playing Chapter 2 for a while, I actually did start to enjoy it again. Really did. Really a lot of swings there. But, you know, other than that, it's like, I don't know if there's anything else super specific. Like most hated game? I mean, I guess there's like a, you know, what do you call it? Risk of Rain 2, which I kind of ended up enjoying, sort of, to a certain extent. Sort of. Barring a few things here and there. I don't think I would have probably played Satisfactory, given that it bills itself as a... Given that Satisfactory does bill itself as a... I cannot think of the word now. Open world game. Which is like normally not really my wheelhouse type of thing. But I obviously did. Yeah, like exploration, open world. I can actually just go look at the tags on Steam here if I was going to do that. Least favorite game I was forced to play? I don't know. Messenger? Messenger sucks! 13 Sentinels. That one was also bad. God, was there anything else that was like truly awful? Simulations. Yeah, it's like the genre is simulation strategy, which I wouldn't really say is all that interesting to me. The automation, though, I enjoyed. Never really played any sort of automation game prior to this point, but I have had a lot of fun with it. So I wouldn't really think of myself as, yeah, ending up doing that sort of thing. I guess it's close to like a puzzle game, sort of. Sort of? Sort of. Well, anyway, I probably want to go... Maybe what I should do is I should just go get like the 2,000 meter area in the middle of the map done, and then I can kind of work on that on the outside later, because obviously I'm going to want to start setting up some basic infrastructure for stuff too. Also, might want to go start doing the actual the refinement of non-fizzable uranium too, because I do have most of that set up to actually do it. 1,500, please. What anime are you currently watching, or do you recommend any? Nah, I'm currently watching Mob Psycho 100, and Oh, actually, I meant like this. There you go. Also, I totally did it on the wrong map once again. Yeah, it's just like I actually talked about that a lot as I was playing Satisfactory last time on stream, where I'm just like, it's by choice or a suggestion? Oh, it's by suggestion. I mean, it's suggestion. It's by forcing me to. He's implying that it's just like I'd be watching that otherwise. Can't really say I am enjoying it too much. I kind of gave my basic review of that last time, but it's just like it's weird to. I don't have this here. From one of the bad math times. The times when I had bad math. But yeah, what was I saying here? Oh yes, that pretty much it is like it's a really uninteresting main character. And that's by design. It's purposely made that way. The writers, I don't know, did decide that they wanted a completely uninteresting and like who cares character to be at the center of the anime. And they're like, yeah, the only way to go is up, right? And I'm just like, I guess. If I wasn't being forced to watch this anime, I don't know. I don't think there would be much appeal here past the first couple episodes. Oh, geez. By the way, do I got a hard drive here? No. One that I probably got already. Start low and finish high? Yeah, but it's just like, how do you... I mean, just imagine that, though, as like a writer. It's like, okay, I'm going to have the character be terrible, so it makes a terrible first impression. And there's only one way to go, baby, up. I'm like, that's awful. Why would... Who wants to watch a show where it's just like... Usually give you like your main characters. I mean, I guess like Reagan's there to try and convince you that this show is worth watching. Because like he's more or less the real main character of the show, but they do more, follow Mob and his whole thing. He's also like a total scumbag, but at least a total scumbag in a way that's likable. So I do appreciate that. You think first impressions are important? I think they're one of the most important things. Like, you gotta give me something to hang my hat on. At the very least, convince me why I should care about this person getting better. Because, that's one of those things where, ultimately, in a story, do you actually care if the character succeeds or not? I mean, no, it doesn't really affect anything. It's fiction. That's how fiction works. The reason why you want to see a character be successful is because you like the character. It's like you want them. It's like, no, I don't care about Jimmy Joe Bob getting his daughter back, but I like Jimmy Joe Bob as a character and I want to see him happy. Something like that. And I don't know. It's just when Mob Psycho starts out, it's just like, like I have no aspirations. I have nothing interesting about me except I'm really good at fighting ghosts, which is not actually all that interesting because it's just kind of like, hey, he fights ghosts and then that's it. Like, they're not even interesting fights. It's just like he goes up against the ghost and then he wins. Because it's made by the One Punch Man guy. So I guess it's kind of doing the same sort of thing there. Where it's like, I mean, it's a good gag at the start, but then it's just kind of like, it is what it is. And the weird thing is that does take up a pretty big portion of, like, the episodes. Just seeing this guy clown on individual, like, ghosts. But it's like he doesn't even care. Doesn't even matter. It's just like, yep, I did it. I did the thing. It's weird. Yeah, but they can't make a second One Punch Man because it's already been used so much and it's not interesting anymore. I don't know. I feel like after watching Mob Psycho, or at least the first couple episodes of it, I'm only like 3 episodes into it. I mean, yeah, if I'm going to be talking about it this much, I should go and watch the rest of at least the rest of the first season there, you know, so that I can at least have a better sort of opinion that isn't just based on the very initial start. But it's just, I don't know, I don't really feel like there's much there. Yeah. Making him shit from the start with no hint he'll do something. I mean, I guess there was like the hint where he's just like, he's going, you know, sicko mode on a bunch of ghosts at the very beginning, but like, why do I care if he does that? Every fight that has been portrayed in that series has been once again the main character just kind of clowning on any sort of foe he faces. So yeah, where do we go from there? It's like he already clowns. Oh my god. He's already clowning on every single foe that he comes up against, so why should I care that he's clowning on a bunch of different guys this time? I don't know. I gotta watch the rest of it. I gotta watch the rest of it so that I actually can have a good opinion on it that isn't just based off the first couple episodes. There could be more to it. It's just, it doesn't strike me as a show that is, oh my god, seriously. Oh, also, thank you, KJR, by the way, for the 40 months. Wow. Jeez. Oh, man. That is a lot. Thank you so much, though. Nice. Hope you're enjoying Endless Satisfactory. I am, but I'm fairly certain that everybody else isn't, which is why we're talking about anime right now instead. Which is why I'm complaining about anime. Complain-a-me, as you do, about anime. Maybe I could make a couple of these things here if I found... By the way, what is a swatter? Not quite what I'm looking for, but if I find some quartz, just like, you know. The idea of a frenzy ghost hunter is interesting, but if they didn't really care about that, then it's a bad start. I mean, yeah, it's just like... But the thing is, at no point in time is it every... You know... It's a non-issue for him to fight ghosts already. So to see him super fighting ghosts is just like, yeah, I mean, doesn't he already do that? He kind of already does that. Like, seeing him do it extra hard, it doesn't really entice me, just for the hell of it. I mean, I guess it's just like, hey, big fight scenes are cool, but again, it's a completely no context big fight scene. It's like, I need more than that. And they don't give me more than that. They give me less than that, if anything. I should find a good amount of raw quartz here. I don't think this is going to be enough. Maybe it will, though. I mean, while useful, it's like I do need a lot of raw quartz to be able to create the crystal oscillators. Got them all like a... He says while on episode 3. Yo, if you can't make a compelling series in 3 episodes, what am I gonna say here? This is like that old argument of like, it gets good after 10 hours of playing it. It's like, if you can't make a good series after 10 hours, then you're not really... Then I don't believe that. And even if that is true, it's like, my dog, you gotta work on pacing. I want you to tell me an episode. I want you to tell me a series that you watched for 3 episodes that you thought was terrible, and then you stuck with it till the end, but then actually had a good opinion on it. I mean, I feel like it's not really... It's not a good sign. Okay, this works. But I have been commissioned to watch it. And that means that I will go through with it. Because I want to see if it's interesting or not. Wait a minute, you didn't even watch it yourself? You're just using me as a like, reviewer? I'm being used? I'm like Mob. Oh no, I've become the character that I complain about. Just constantly getting used by other people to do their dirty work. There's 3 seasons? What the hell? Where do you even go? Where do you even go from here? I'm shocked. I mean, I guess like by the end of like episode 3, when he actually went to 100, like that was the first point in time that he started to display personality. Man, I need quite a few of these. Just if I can get like one more bit of. I mean, if I go back to the base, I'll have a roughly 3,000 of these, but I don't really want to do that just yet. Want to see if I can get the hard drive first. Hey, Caterium more. Eh, normal? Sure. It's an easy one to get. Doc, you are our test subject on anime. I mean, I've never really watched anime before. Never been particularly interested in it. And I'm just like, hey, give me your animes. Whatever anime, it doesn't matter. I guess I'd prefer to watch something good, but I don't know. What's in here? It was terrible anime because of the 3D animation. Okay, well, that's entirely separate from like the actual, subject matter itself, though, right? The animation used in the anime is like, I feel like that's sort of incomparable. It's just like, I'm not judging Mob Psycho here based on its art style, which is it's fine. They did this thing in the first episode, which I thought was like super weird, where they decide to represent like a bunch of girls' heads with like ice creams and burgers. Never really came up again. But it's just like, that was something. I'd like to see more of that. I have no idea why exactly. It just is a thing that happened. And like I said, they never did it again. Yeah, I don't care about animation if the story is good. Exactly. I think that's the right take. Where it's just like a good story is gonna easily overcome any sort of limitation with like art, for example. And if anything, I think it can give it its own charm. I mean, look at me playing like the Hex on the channel, for example, which does have a very, Flash style art and everything like that, but was overall an absolutely fantastic game. Sort of simplistic, but I think worked well for what it did. That sort of thing. I've seen some clips of Bocchi and it looks good. I saw a clip where a badly 3D rendered model of Bocchi was thrown into a wall of bricks, where you still had the like blender like XYZ axis in the corner, and that's a good gag. That is a good high quality gag. But especially because they did keep the full-on XYZ coordinate indicator from Blender. The standard one. In the corner the entire time. But, it's just like, I don't know what the actual show is like. I've just seen clips like that. It's like, maybe? Isn't that supposed to be sort of like a cute girls doing cute things sort of show, which, maybe. Depends on how it's done. Don't want to say one way or t'other. It's like, I'd like to enjoy it. It's not like I want to enjoy everything. But I'm not going to make myself enjoy everything. Extremely anxious girl. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard, at least, I think. What is this, by the way? Water again? Which, I mean, could use this to power up stuff. Why am I not? I found so much quartz. Whatever. Let's just go back to the base and then reset up everything again. I guess I'm not going to worry too much about this for right now, after all. Hey, yeah, bauxite, too. Hey, got the molecular analysis research complete. What do we got? Pressure motor. I mean, these other things are terrible, so I'm going to take the pressure motor. Even though, I don't know, that seems sort of... Okay, okay. Y'all got to cut that out. Man, I tell you. This guy. This guy over here. This guy over here. I don't know what he's doing. Here we go. Back to the base. Alright. Butcher the Rock did a better job about the anxiety. I heard of Comey, but I don't know anything about it. I never actually watched it or anything. I mean, obviously, I don't really watch anime. I don't watch anime unless forced to. The only anime I watch is VTubers, which I watch all the time, always. Just so much. Probably way too much. I was actually watching a VTuber play recently, Death Stranding, and it's just like, oh, I kind of want to play Death Stranding. That game is super dumb, but it looks really and I already own it. It's just like, hi, my name is Bridging People Together Johnson, and this is my good friend Murder Die Deathman, and we're going to ask you to walk across America, hooking up all of the cell phone towers that you can, because kids these days, they're always on their phones, and it's just like, this is so stupid. I'm interested. Murder Die Deathman. Can you tell him about the next thing? Yeah, I'm going to try to explain a bunch of sci-fi concepts that are just absolutely ridiculous and kind of obscure what is otherwise a pretty normal story. Kind of for better and for worse at the same time. Kojima has a style. An observation I made an observation you can make about a lot of different directors, and this is absolutely no exception. I feel like it's going to have the same sort of... Man, these autosaves. I feel like it's going to have the same sort of basic progression as, like, Metal Gear Solid 2, which, of course, had that epic length 40-minute speech from the Patriots about these exact concepts. But here it is soaked in such a ridiculous sci-fi premise that it's still very, very compelling. By the way, Murder Death Die Man is wearing gigantic oversized sunglasses in the shape of America. And then he just spawn in front of you. Yeah, it happens. Like a lot. That's actually a pretty regular occurrence in this game. Oh boy. I did intend to play Death Stranding eventually. Some games take a long time to play. Like Death Stranding is supposed to be really, really long. And I also have like a Lobotomy Corporation, which is also a very, very long game. And it's just like, I'm definitely going to want to get through it eventually. What is the tall thing on the horizon? That is the factory. And I call it the slab. Here, let's go get a good look at it. I mean, that's also that's the space elevator. That's where I actually like put all of the objects that I make for the phases. Like, oh, what's that thing on the horizon? The factory. If I go over here, you'll get a good breadth of the absurdity that this whole thing has become. Death Parade and Psycho-Pass. I've heard good stuff about Psycho-Pass, but then again, it's just like, I don't know. Heard good stuff about a lot of things that I didn't end up liking. So, what am I gonna say here? Really want to just get all the way up here, right? Comey is a good romance slice of life. No forced marriage. What? No slice of bread running into a corner. What? Just two classmates falling in love, which is nice. I can get down with that. I don't know what you're talking about with the other things, though. Death Parade is a banger. Haven't heard of that one at all. Not familiar. All right, baby. Let's take a good, take a good eyeful of the factory as it exists right now. The slab, as I call it. A bit hard to see still, and you can't really get the entirety of it. But I mean, yeah. Ooh, frame rate's kind of. The game does not like that frame rate. Can't even quite see all of it. It goes off into the horizon. But anyway, yeah, that's currently what we're looking at in terms of factory-ing. Psychopath is more of a dystopian future where guns can either stun or lethal damage depending on your crime. I mean, isn't that like that's the basic premise of like the phaser in Star Trek? I assume that it's probably more interesting than what it sounds like there. Because what? A gore is very graphic. Nah. Not for me, at least. Can't really say that I would turn me off too much. Or turn me on, but you know. Looking good, the factory. It's a lot of factory. It's a big factory. It's not even like every single row of machine is represented in there as of just yet. Really funny to compare media to Star Trek like every time. Yeah, but that's like there's the famous line about setting phasers to stun as opposed to kill. It's like that's the first thing I think of when I hear that. Watch Made in Abyss, never watched that, and Promised Neverland. I've heard good stuff about Promised Neverland and the Abyss Maiden. Seemed, yeah. Setting my assault rifle to stun. I mean, that is technically what a rubber bullets are. Now, they can still very much kill you, but still. Main Abyss is a very good setting. I mean, it's like big hole in ground, and the farther you go down, the stuff gets different. Shame the author is like that. What now? Setting my nuclear bomb to stun. That's probably closer. Yep, there's a good factory. Right, I'm gonna go grab some stuff. Oh. But the author has certain tastes. Now, you know what? I'm not gonna ask. Okay. I probably won't end up watching that then. Certain tastes. But yeah, it's like I am, what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, more stuff to make like the, I mean, I suppose there's definitely like a lot of different things that I can start up on as of right now. Oh yeah, I'm actually not even creating as much as I thought I would. Okay, well, that's annoying. I will continue on over here then instead. Because I'm sure this is probably why I am going to be able to... over here is probably where I'm going to be able to get... No, not you. Like, over here. A fan of giant fighting robots? Not really. Really want. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Hunter x Hunter. I watched a little bit of the anime years and years and years ago, but at the same time, it's like I have not kept up on it at all. Like not even a little bit. So you know, Hunter x Hunter reboot is fantastic. Yeah, that's I watched the original one. Like Yu Yu Hakusho. Oof. Man, I'm really not creating too many of these crystal oscillators. I should probably be doing more of that. You know how that is. Also should really redo some of these pipes. Might be a good idea. It's just the thing is fluid dynamics is annoying to try and work with, and I can't just put it down on the second floor and then pump it back up to the third floor because of how fluids work. You understand. It's very obnoxious. How are you floating now? Oh, I think this might even explain it. So this consumes power, and you have to be near a... an electrical source that can provide at least 100 Morrowinds. Whereas, like, the jetpack, on the other hand, uses fuel, which is why, like, you know, you can see in the bottom left corner the fuel is going down slowly. So I can only actually, like, go up so high before I, you know, expend what's currently in the tank, and I need to land on the ground to refill it back up. Whereas, like, this is more for, like, a factory. The hover pack is more for, like, factory creation stuff. It's useful, but, you know, also sort of limited in its abilities. Because I think, like, even by, yeah, like, here's where I run out of the ability. Yeah, like here. Now I can't float anymore. So I got to get back to the electrical wire. Yeah, there we go. There you are. But that's why it's like, I got this for factory usage. I got the other one for exploration, but basically stuff like that. Know how that is. Watch rebooting the OG. Some of the expressions in the OG are good. I don't really remember what the expressions in the OG are like, to be honest. Almost got this completely full, which is interesting. This one is completely full. Well, I should probably go do something with that. Also, just real quick, let me take a whole stack of batteries and go shove that in so that I don't run out of electricity anytime soon. It should be very consistent at this point in time, I believe. Yeah. Production is extremely consistent and extremely high. Good. Maybe that's why what I should do is I should end up just starting to actually make the uranium stuff. Or, I mean, the plutonium stuff. One of the two things. Whatever they're called. Anyway. The OG Hunter x Hunter, some of the expressions are big cartoonish, eyes popping out of the socks. Interesting. Didn't really think that was that cartoonish of a show, but then again, I suppose I don't really know. Have not seen it. Alright. Alright. Oh, where am I going now? Should get iron plates. Silent voice. Never heard of that. What are some examples of anime you've enjoyed? I don't know. It's like, what are like my favorite animes of all time? I actually don't know, really. Liked One Piece when I was reading it. I was good. Had a good time with that. I don't really have a whole lot of anime that I've liked. I'll be honest. And it's like that was reading it. I didn't even watch the anime of it. Well, what was it? I watched the anime up until about like Thriller Bark because that was, and then I started reading the manga because that was where the anime, that was when the anime was current. So you know, that sort of thing. It's like past that point, there were no more episodes of it. That was just to get caught up with what happened, and then I started reading the manga after that. Yeah. Actually, I think it was even. I think it was even earlier than that. I think that might have been like, you know, by the time they actually got into the Grand Line. That was when I started. That was when I stopped watching the anime and started watching the manga, or started reading the manga. One of these two things, certainly. If I saw someone's eyes pop out of their socks, I would pass out. I mean, that happens. It's like people got like there's some people, it's like a genetic thing. You got the ability to like force the eyeballs out of your skulls to a certain extent. I don't know. I don't know too much about anime. And to be honest, a lot of stuff I've seen hasn't been very impressive. You gotta give me some better anime, chat. Come on. Like, give me the really good stuff. Like the top anime of all time. Number 15. I'm just gonna do this real quick because sure I would, but no channel points. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. I'm just gonna junk a lot of this stuff at this point in time. There's too much. Way too much. I'm tired and going to sleep before midnight. Ah, I see. Your light. Angel Beats? Wait, I thought Angel Beats was bad, or am I thinking of like Fruits Basket? Which is the bad one? Am I thinking of like To Love Ru or something? Or are they all bad? To Love Ru, probably that one then. One of these damn anime. Wouldn't really recommend any of these in the modern era. Whatever. I watched. It doesn't have to be modern. Just give me a non-garbage anime. I'm just saying. It was like 10% anime. It was more fan service than anime. I wouldn't hate that, but somehow I imagine the sort of fan service is the kind that I would just get annoyed by, right? You know what I'm talking about. I mean, I suppose that's one of those things where it's just like, if I see fan service where I don't expect, if I see sexy where I don't expect sexy, I usually don't like it as much as when I'm just looking for sexy by itself. It's weird like that. I mean, I feel like you gotta go the extra mile to really justify its existence in the story if you're gonna do that, because I just feel like I'm being pandered to. This is... Am I the most pretentious man to ever exist? Yes. Anyway, whatever. I'll own up to it. I'm completely willing to accept the fact that I'm elitist. Okay? Which is why I have to always, I feel like I need to always couch the things I say with, but that's just like my opinion, man. Because I feel like such an asshole all the time. 95% of the anime is tripping over nothing. Yeah, that's the sort of stuff I'm just like, ugh. Something that appeared in like Persona 5, and it's just like, I think when I was playing that game, I never really I think like one of the things I realized in Persona 5 is just like how much of the things that I didn't like about it are just like standard anime fare. And it's sort of like, I don't know how to feel about that. Doc does want a harem, confirmed. Oh man, I am already somebody who is just very much not relationship material. I feel like being in a multiple person relation. Well, then again, maybe it's just like, we can get together with each other, and I'll just kind of be like, there. That'd be cool. Would that be cool? No. That's damn right. Fine. Fine, whatever. Okay, what am I doing here? I have... okay, let me just see the parts. What do I actually need to do to create the thing that I'm trying to do here? Nitric acid. Okay, I want non-fissile uranium. I'm probably going to want to do the alternate recipe for it. I mean, watching while eating popcorn might not be cool. Wait, what? Which one? I watched a couple hundred episodes of Bleach. I read Bleach, and I just gotta say, it's not a great show. It's not a great show. It's not a great manga. But it's just like, I don't know. I just read a bunch of stuff back in the day because, like, I was bored. And, like, there's a bunch of, kind of like shonen and mediocre. There's a lot of mediocre stuff. I mean, it's not, like, bad, I guess. But, like, I don't know. It's not like great either. There's like more of a more discerning tastes, right? Gotta really get deep in there. I was also around the point in time that I was reading like I was also reading like yeah, the One Piece and like JoJo and stuff. JoJo's still a lot of fun. You know, I guess I did like I do like JoJo. That is true. I suppose if I was gonna be like picking any sort of like favorite anime, I did really enjoy JoJo. Kinda hokey in a lot of points, but you know, not bad. Not bad at all. It was a good ride. Alright. One Piece is one of those animes I invested in. I mean, One Piece is at least fun. I feel like time spent reading One Piece is not time wasted. It's a pretty standard sort of, you know, like story, but it's not bad in any way. I would watch JoJo. I've seen some bits from it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's the fact that they try to make it real, well, as the name would suggest, bizarre, is sort of what really sells it more than anything else, right? The newer episodes are good. Of what? Of JoJo or One Piece? Like I wouldn't really know. Like I said, I only watched so many episodes of it. And then from that point, man, I really got to start making some fissile uranium. Okay. Yeah. What? Okay. Let me see the parts again. What am I doing here? I feel like one of the things with Bleach is just like, you know, speaking of like One Piece versus like a JoJo and everything like that, is that Bleach is very standard in how they do, you know, dumb shonen fights, whereas like alternatively, you know, JoJo and like One Piece at least do something interesting. They you know, get creative with how a lot of the characters do their stuff. And they're also like way wackier. The characters are real wacky in those, in that anime and manga. Which, of course, I'm only too on board with. I do love very wacky things. What can I say? I'm a fan. Surrealism, avant-garde. I can get down with it. And I do. Often, in fact. Which is why I was talking about Death Stranding recently. Where it's like Death Stranding just really calls to me because it's really not that unusual of a story, but it's just immersed in sci-fi bullshit all over. And it's not even like standard sci-fi, you know, boilerplate stuff. It really tried to make something original. That does not benefit the story at all. But that's good. It's like, oh yeah, after terrible tragedy, you're reconnecting a community. Except, you know, the reality is you're actually connecting yourself back to the community. And it's just like, yeah, that's a pretty... You've heard that premise of stuff before. But it's like, also they eat bugs all the time. It's like, what can I say? That works for me. They're also eating bugs, and there's magic rain that makes you old. That's what I want, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Oh. All right. Anyway, what am I talking about here again? Oh yeah, the manga is much better. Of course it is. That's why I usually gravitate towards reading manga instead, just because I feel like, you know, the story pacing and everything is just 1,000 times better. And you know, and it feels, one of the things in comics that I think does so much better is being It is ludicrous to see characters have entire conversations when they're allegedly supposed to be fighting each other, but it works in a comic book where it's just like it's shown in a single panel, right? It seems... That was one thing when I was watching the JoJo Part 4 that it's just like I was really, really aware of, which is when characters just stop to talk about stuff a lot. The old Spider-Man cartoon I also remember was very, very blatant with that, right? What's your take on sports anime? I never really watched any sports anime. Couldn't really tell you. I watched something like Prince of Tennis back in the day. I don't know if that really counts, though. I'd probably get into it. Sure. You know, also, I'm going to go pee real quick. 1 second. All right, anyway. Could watch Haikyuu. Yeah, I've heard... once again, I've heard good stuff about that, but know absolutely nothing about it myself. Yeah, iShield 21. That's the Hand-Egg anime, right? So, it's like... It's vaguely familiar. Like, very vaguely. Virtually nothing at all. Aside from, like, the name itself. Here you are. Hook this thing up, you know? Alright. Right now, we are doing fertile uranium. Yep. Produces water, which is going to be kind of annoying. I have to figure out something that I can do with that. Maybe, like, feed it back into the nitric acid. Which... I don't know how easy that's going to be. Probably pretty easy, all things considered, though. Wait, what am I running out of? Plastic. Oh, come on now. No power. All right. Power now. Water, eh? Hello, Matt, and we're talking about anime. Talking anime here. Kuroko no Basket, which I'm reading the manga for Blue Lock. Never heard of it. Don't know anything about it. I assume, given the name Basket, I would assume the balls of baskets, right? Something along those lines, give or take. That entire thing. Oh no, I'm frightened. Yes, that's right. You should be frightened of anime. Kuroko no Basket is basketball. Okay, I thought so. Felt like an obvious sort of thing, right? Oh, girl, let's surf a can't Why does it have to be perfectly lined up for this? Whatever. Look, it's already the piping is already kind of like not great. Containing different. Oh, that's wrong fluid fight. Not ideal, but good enough at the same time. 4 left. Yeah. All right. Oh, nice sulfuric acid. Uranium and then uranium waste. Suppose I can just do this. Hajime no Ippo. I've heard a lot of good stuff about that, but I also heard that it gets pretty repetitive, like in like later bits. I mean, otherwise, pretty good. Highly radioactive. That's why I'm carting these around by hand. Are fairly radioactive, though. Anyway. I should probably not be handling this manually. But here we are. Anyway. Just two dudes punching each other, but in the manga it's so good. I don't know. I guess we'll see at some point in time, right? Maybe. Maybe? If people force me to. Alright, give me that fissile uranium. Baby. Can't be using fission. Oh yeah, that's what I want, right? Let's take a look. Yep, looks extraordinarily dangerous. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, anyway. I should really probably be not hanging out next to these things all the time. But, whatever, I got the iodine filters. Come on. And unlike Metro, I'm not going to run out of them all the time. Thank God. Is Rocky if he was a teenager? Isn't that what Creed is? Isn't that literally what Creed is? Spoilers, they punch. Well, yeah, I know. Look, here's the thing. The reality is that it's just like cinematic boxing is a lot different from normal boxing. I mean, it's like, we all know this. But even then, you still have to have them punch each other with the fists. You can't get away from that sort of concept in the video game. This is not a video game, it's a movie. You can't get away from that concept in the movie. Actually, it's not a movie, it's an anime. You can't get away from that concept in the anime. One of these things. One of these words is the correct one, trust me. Alright, anyway. Can't say much about the manga because it's a major spoiler. Can't really say that I probably wouldn't be too spoiled by much of anything. You know what I'm talking about. There were no wait, what? That happened in the... That happened in that? Jack Dempsey appear and throw a punch and it made a jet engine noise. Okay. Guess that's... No, that's anime. What am I even gonna say? A more anime-like boxing? Oh, yeah. Look. We all want to go see more Baki the Grappler. I should read that at some point in time, just because of it truly is one of the most takes on anatomy possible. Ashita no Joe. Oh, okay. Yeah, I that is like a... I have heard of that. I have heard of that one. Autosave. I haven't heard that name in ages. Ashita no Joe. I haven't heard about that name. I haven't heard that name more than 10 years. Been some time. Really gotta go get the actual iron plates up here, but then again, I don't really need that much nitric acid for much, right? Or at least I shouldn't, or who knows? It's impossible to say. Healthy dose of radiation going on here, surely. Oh, I really gotta do something with that water. This incredibly radioactive water. Wouldn't want to consume that. Gonna be real with you. 40 per minute. That's actually like a pretty decent chunk of water that's being generated here, which is sort of surprising. I guess I can feed it back into the nitric acid. Probably be the easiest way to do this, right? How much do you actually need here? 30 per minute. We got 2 things, 30 per minute, and you create 40 per minute. Whoa, it's actually more than I expected. All right, well, dump this then. In that case, All right. Well, here, let's go back here. Make sure I'm actually lining this up correctly so that it looks nice. All right, that'll work, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, good enough. All right. How much nitric acid? I'm making 60 per minute nitric acid. And this is using 50. Wow. Huh. I actually need to, like, find some other way to get rid of this water. That's interesting. It's not even using that much of your uranium waste also, as it turns out. All right, well, this is going to take a little while to actually try to figure out how I want to approach the logistics for this sort of stuff, because funny thing is, this is actually like a way that I can end up producing more water than I'm using. All right, I guess. And what am I going to do with it? I don't know. Probably send it up and use it in other many things. I mean, they do require a bit of that for... I guess I could also just, like, funnel it into a nuclear power plant. Just have to have that using water, too. Wouldn't be impossible. Megalobox, a sports anime? Just asking out of curiosity. Would assume so because I play in a ring with rules. Okay, I don't know. Chess is in the Olympics. Why not? Another anime that really tugged at my heart. Can't say I'm familiar though, is the thing. At the same time too. Shogi? Yeah, sure. Why not? Often referred to as Japanese chess, which is ridiculous, but what are you going to do? Right, and okay. All right, so I got the non-fissile uranium. What am I doing now? Now I can create plutonium pellets, which I'm not going to do. Although that does use even more uranium waste. As opposed to this 25, so like 50 per minute. Which I would like to use. I mean, I do want to use more of this. And then particle accelerator, and then assembler for that. Man, this is a big process, isn't it? Hey, making this entire thing. Yeah. Funny how it works this way, isn't it? I mean, not that funny, but maybe like a little bit funny. What else to do? What else to do? CN22. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should just go watch a bunch more anime or whatever at this point in time, right? Just go start getting that entire thing kind of prepared right now. So add like a little bit more here. Or I could watch more VTubers play Death Stranding. Decisions in my life to make, right? No, wait, I'm not putting it in there. I'm taking it out of there. There we go. Anyway, listen here. Producing so much nuclear waste that it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually... Like, I'm going to have to create some pretty big rows of stuff to actually do... Actually start to use some of this stuff. Oh, wait, I created that on top of there. Whatever. It's so incredibly radioactive around here. It feels great. VTubers played Death Stranding? Yeah. Why, do you know which one I was watching? I don't get a shout out, not unless they pay me. Wait, did I rehook up the... Oh, I didn't actually rehook up... Okay, I didn't actually rehook up the sulfuric acid pipeline. Not getting enough acid over here. Sulfuric or otherwise. There's so many. I know, right? That's a great thing about them. 300 per minute. So it's just like, yeah, it's a good amount of stuff. Non-fissile. Alright. So, right now, I need to actually create, for the first time, a particle accelerator. Which is going to require some more stuff, but I do have all of it already being created over here. Okay. Now then. Man, I should just... You know, we've been at it for about 2 hours. I've acknowledged that I still exist in this world. I think we're just gonna end the stream here at this point in time, and then yeah, just like literally go back to watching other people do stuff, as is my want in life. Okay, I'm gonna take like a couple of these things, like a couple of these things too. Then make sure to finish Mob Psycho. I got a new job now. I don't got time to watch anime anymore. That's not an excuse because I just don't want to watch it. Or maybe it is. It is, by the way. Let me make that clear. It is. It's an excuse. Actually having like enough assembly control units to just kind of like sit on here now, eh? Which is interesting. Okay, well, I am going to end stream for right now then. I will actually come back and do real content soon enough. What now? Mob Psycho Season 2. Okay. Feel like you people do this without considering what that I might just end up shitting all over it. But okay, that's enough. All right then. All right.